What's up YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Top Price. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about and highlight a few cars where I think like, something doesn't go quite right here. Yeah, this is just my opinion. However, I got like many of your opinions in the comment section before already, since the new RQ Revolution update hit the stores. You know, we changed from RQ3 to RQ30 to RQ10 to RQ100. And I'm telling you one thing, this is a good change. This is a good change, and it's definitely makes Top Drives way more enjoyable. However, I realized there were a few cars where I feel like Hutch was not really looking over them correctly, or maybe they have some other kind of triggers they use, but I don't get them sometimes, and I want to hear your opinion on that one. So, by the way, if you like those kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe and like, and we're on our way to get 50,000 subscribers here on this channel. Makes it easily by far the biggest Top Drives channel on YouTube. So, and we will do a huge giveaway for the 50,000 subscribers special. But let's look now, and I know there are plenty of cars which kind of go into this weird category of really, and I would just highlight a few where I think like, something is not so right, and yeah, I want to hear your opinion on them. So let's start. I thought, here we go, epic it is, because it's very beautiful here right at the beginning. We got this combination. We got the Caterham Superlight R500, one of the strongest grip monsters in Top Drives. One of the strongest grip monsters in Top Drives. The Caterham Superlight R500 is beating cars left and right since it was born. So we have here 456 days, and I used it for whooping 1,186 total races and won 78%. That's really good. So we got this one with 78 RQ points, yeah, one of the strongest, yeah. And then right next to it, we got like the Mazda Furai getting a little bit less, yeah, maybe because of slick tires. You know, you're like, okay, well, because the Mazda Furai is an amazing ride. But then, and yeah, of course, I mean, we got 0 to 60, 2.5 versus 3. Well, but then we see here the Sport Megane Trophy. I mean, amazing ride, amazing mid-range. However, is it like really better than the Caterham Superlight and better than the Mazda Furai? Because what we have here again are the slick tires. Slick tires is a huge disadvantage. Usually, for me, it feels like whenever Hutch is thinking a car is kind of like overpowered or something like this, they slap it with slick tires. Kind of like, here you go. It's like we are lucky that the Caterham Superlight didn't get any slick tires. But the Renault Sport Megane Trophy slick tires, really? And then 79 RQ points. And then the Evora 400 got 78, similar to the Caterham Superlight. And I'm like, really? The Caterham Superlight against the Evora 400? I think Superlight goes home many times with the points. Many times. Of course, yeah, we got a 1 mile drag where finally the Evora 400 can use its mid-range advantage. But that's kind of it is there. So that's why I'm like, really, Hutch, you should reconsider this. 78 RQ for the Lotus Evora 400, 77 for the Furai, 78 for the Superlight, and then 79 for the Sport Megane Trophy. Something doesn't feel quite right here. I mean, we got a we got a bigger range now for RQ points, and I think like this is something where we need a little bit of, like, we still need to work on that. This needs to be justified. Modified a little bit, not justified. Yeah, justified as well, but modified a little bit. It's not quite there yet. Then 77 for the 911 GT3 RS against the Furai. I mean, okay, we got the performance tires against slick tires. If it's rain, then the Porsche 911 is winning all the time. If it's not rain, it's usually the Mazda Furai. It's difficult. I don't know. I don't really agree with like 79, 77, 78. Yeah, this is like, if all, I would bump up the Caterham Superlight. 79 it should be. It's so close to being a legendary, I say. And then I think the only thing what they see about the Superlight, why it's not maybe a legendary, is because of the top speed. But I mean 159 for top speed, yeah. But then again we got like we got him having 87 RQ points. Yeah. 87 RQ points. It doesn't have amazing top speed. The mid-range is awful. Handling is alright. At least it has four-wheel drive and medium ground clearance. But is this one putting way more points on the Caterham? Like, we talk about, seriously, we talk about 9 points more for the Audi S8 Plus rather than the Caterham Superlight R500. If I could ask you out there, which one would you like to have? Would you like to have, even if you have one already, another Caterham Superlight or an S8 Plus? And I'm telling you, 100% I'm telling you, I want the Caterham Superlight again. I would love to have a second one. Because this would finally, this would make my deck really, really great. A second Caterham Superlight all the time over a second Audi S8 Plus. I don't even know if it would actually work on a second Audi S8 Plus. As like, because I feel like the AR6 is so much better in so many points, except, yes, except when it's medium ground clearance. But I don't know, this doesn't feel quite right. Then it's not only epic, it's various stages. And then we go here into the ultra rare stage. And if we go into handling, there we have it again at the edge. We got the Renault Megane 275 Trophy R with 59 points. Why is that one so good? Well, it is so good because it's just like, it's a great city streets car. And I can even recommend you have 2 or 3 out of this one. It might look like that, oh yeah, here the Megane 4 is really great too, but this one has low ground clearance. Then the R26 at least is great because it has a little bit less IQ points, but 59 for this one, okay, makes sense. But then we go into like, if we consider it with the Volkswagen Golf GTI, TCR, or even better, let's look onto the Honda Civic Type R, which has a better mid-range. The Honda Civic Type R has a mid-range of 77. The Renault has a mid-range of 64. So, okay, mid-range wise, Honda Civic gets a point. I would say like +1, not +4. Then 0 to 60. Oh yeah, okay. Honda Civic, considering the mid-range as well, another point. Okay, but then handling. Really? I mean, look at the handling. Handling for the Megane Trophy is better than for the Honda Civic Type R. Point for the Renault. And then again, how do we get the difference of 63 to 59? It might look like, if you played this game for the very first time, or maybe just a few weeks or so, you're like, CMG, what's the difference here? 63 or 59? Trust me, you will feel the difference later. The more you play, the more times you will actually like see events where, I don't know, you have 350 IQ points available, and you put all the cars together which you think fit amazingly, and then you got like 351. And you're like, oh wow. And then you actually need to settle for like a so much worse car, and then you have like 320 or 330. I know, worst case, you know? But really, we need to consider this a little bit more. It's like 63, 59. No, I don't agree with that. I don't need that. And then, okay, let's take another example. Let's take the Golf GTI and the Lotus 340R. The Golf GTI, yeah, it does have better top speed. Yes, and I think the mid-range is well better. I don't have it on the top of my head, probably better than the Lotus 340R. However, the Lotus 340R is not there because you want to run it on a 1 mile drag. Absolutely not. The Lotus 340R is there to kill everything on slalom. So 3897, I have this car for 788 days, 519 races. Almost 4 out of 5 races I'm winning. This one I have for 890 again. 4 out of 5 races I'm winning with this baby. Then here we have the Golf GTI TCR. Here but only 171 races. And then we have a second one, 90. Ooh, and there you see 64 only. So, and then we have the difference of like, we got freaking slick tires on the Golf GTI TCR. So, whenever it's rainy, seriously, the Lotus will do like little circles around the GTI. seriously, 59 to 58 is like the Lotus will win most of all tracks against the GTI. Like slalom test and so on. So the Lotus 340R, and not only that, we got a better 0 to 60 on the 340R. We got 3.8, while the GTI comes with like 4.1. Why is the Volkswagen Golf GTI getting a 59 IQ rating, while the Lotus is getting a 58? This is all like, seriously, I feel like some of those don't make sense at all for me. Don't really make sense at all for me. And then again, we have here, for example, the Honda Civic against the Acura NSX. The Acura, I think, has even a higher mid-range than the Honda Civic Type R. Yes, it is a little bit slow on 0 to 60. It got 1 point less on handling, and it doesn't have mid-range. Not mid-range, ground clearance. But is it then, if you consider it all together, is it really like 4 points less? It has more mid-range. So is not the mid-range giving the points? Then I do not know how this all is like figured out. It's like, it really makes no sense if you start comparing cars with each other and you're going to be like, okay, this one has 60, this one has 60 IQ points. But this one is significantly worse than that, and this one is that. I don't know. I really feel like with the next update, there's going to be a huge change with like lots of IQ changes. I kind of have that feeling. And maybe Hutch is just collecting information right now, data from us, to see, okay, which car is winning most of the times and so on, and then there will be a huge change. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is just my 2 cents about the whole RQ. Again, I do enjoy the RQ update. The RQ update is great, and it definitely adds a lot more joy to Top Drives. However, I feel like something is off, is not quite right, and I want to know if you think the same. Let me know down below in the comment section which cars you think should be different as well. And I wish you such a pleasant day. That was a Caterham Superlight Gamer, and I'm out.